Alright, so I'm back working on my 1991 Miata, and today I am going to be replacing my fuel pump. A while back, actually, see here, 10 days ago, during a autocross event, I replaced my fuel filter on my lunch. I didn't film that, sadly, because it was pretty dusty, and I was on a strict time limit to get that done. And as y'all saw, or at least a little snippet of it, I welded up a new exhaust, put that in. I have not gotten the hanger yet. I will soon. But to replace this on your 1991 Miata, all you should need is a simple ratchet. I'm using a 3/8 drive, 14 mil for the seat bolts if you want to make your life easier. You don't have to, you can just move the seat, but I'm gonna take this out. Simple Phillips head. And then I think there's a couple more bolts. And if you want to take out the carpet, I'm gonna do that to make my life easier. I'm gonna be using some pliers, or you can use a trim puller, which actually I do have. So I will be using that to pull off the trim plugs, these things. Let me go get that tool real quick. We'll get this seat out and then pull the carpet. Alrighty, trim puller has been acquired. All you do is you simply just start prying, and then you stick it in there like that, and you just pull. Should just pop right out. I was using this, but it's kind of ripping up the carpet a bit. It's not like this car's that crazy and good of a condition, but we're gonna go ahead and get these seats out and get the carpet. Okay, so to remove the seat, you're gonna just take your 14 mil and your ratchet. There should be 2 bolts on the front. Pull the seat forward, and there should be 2 bolts on the back, and then it should just slide out after you take out a electrical connection. So just break them loose and screw them out the rest of the way by hand, or I guess unbolt. And make sure you always put them in a place you'll remember. Some of these can be hard to get to, so a extension would be recommended. Power tool, you can use that, but boom, bolt 2. Now we simply slide the seat forward. Now do keep in mind, my car does need a detail, at least this seat. So, don't mind the dirt. And there's just a couple fries back here. Just stuff from, you know, it being a daily car. This is my daily track weekend fun car. So currently has 140,700 miles. Runs great. No issues so far. Alrighty, now that the seat, all the bolts are out. With some finagling. And then undo this electrical connection. Oh! Yikes. And your seat is free. Ooh. just go ahead and put that to the side. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and then we'll continue on. That is as much as I was able to clean. My vacuum did die. It's still really dirty, but I got it mostly cleaned up. Now, let's move on to the inside, pull up this carpet, and get to the fuel pump. Alrighty, now with more space to work, we can go ahead, use our trim puller, get behind those, and take out this carpet, just so it makes it a little easier on me to access this panel. Go ahead and pull that forward. Now keep in mind, you don't have to do any of this if you're working on your Miata, but just to make my life easier, I'm getting this out the way. Alright. Get a little stuffy in here, so we'll go ahead and... Alright. Now, if you've got all of them out, you should just be able to that out here, and boom. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the fuel pump, it's going to be right here, so you got to move all of this sound deadening out the way. I might just have to completely get rid of this. I'll see if I can salvage it though with a flathead. So we'll be right back. Wasn't able to find a flathead, but I got a pry bar, which is a flat end, so it should work. Just peel this stuff back. Oof, it is soaked. It is a little bit of water damage on it, I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, if we could just get to the screws, we should be all right. There, is there a screw there? Nope. All right, now with access to all the screws, go ahead and grab your screwdriver and just start undoing them. just like that. And I'll see you when I've got it fully unscrewed. All right, now I'm gonna move you guys over there so that y'all can see what's going on in here. So, right here should be your pump. You got your fuel lines and all that. So first thing you wanna do is you wanna disconnect the plug. Always make sure that if you're doing anything electrical, which I am not right now, but to always make sure to disconnect the battery if you're doing anything electrical. Now, there's just a couple more Phillips screws here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it should just plop out. Let's go ahead and start undoing them. Having a drill would be so much more handy right now, but alas, I do not. Alrighty. I'm gonna go see if I can find a longer one of these, because these would be a little, these two. There's two here, one there, and those are gonna be a little bit hard to get to with this. Like, it's possible, but very hard. So I'm gonna go find another one. It's like this, and we'll be back. So we now have our longer one. So let's go ahead and let's get up into here and start removing these screws here. Let me go ahead, pop my gas tank, and remove some of the pressure here in this. Alrighty, now with the pressure removed, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these lines here. And actually, I'm gonna go get a microfiber towel just so I can soak up any fuel that comes out. Now your microfiber or anything that you use doesn't need to be clean. We're here soaking up some fuel. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and take our pliers, put them right there, squeeze, and wiggle. And then to take off the line, grab and twist. That's the method right there, is to twist it, and then it should come off with some decent force. It should just pop right off. Good old gasoline. Same thing with this one. Move it back. Grab the line with your pliers and twist to break it loose. And you pull. Oof. This one is not. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, now we can find somewhere to sit these. Oof, bad boys. I'll just set them there for now. Keep them there, because they're kind of held in there. And we'll just try and work around them. Now, if you've got something that you can plug those up with, that would be fantastic, because you don't want to accidentally spill any gas that's still in those lines. As you've seen, maybe not. Yeah, as you've seen right down there. Alrighty. Should be the last screw here. And then should just break it loose And it should just lift right out of that tank there. Man, that tank is clean. Whoa. Go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the car here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and empty out these lines here because there's still some gas in them here. Let's get all that gas there out of there. Man, look at this tank. It is here. Let me get this flash on here for you guys. It is clean in there. I mean, there's some minor spots with rust, but other than that, I mean, it is spotless in there. Holy cow. That's the same thing with that cat that I've got, the catalytic converter. When y'all seen I was replacing my exhaust, how it was spotless. If you look real close, you can see that it was practically spotless there. But now with this thing out, we're gonna go ahead and head over to my workstation and put on the new one. Alrighty, here in the workshop, very small table, but we've got the pump here, right here. Here's the old pump. Here's the new pump going in. Just got to make sure that it's mostly similar. Now, I'm going to be wearing gloves. Make sure you wear gloves whenever you're working with any chemicals. But I'm going to go ahead and start off by removing the sock, which should just come out with some light tugging here. Yep, it's slowly coming there. Back to... Oh, I guess I'll start by unscrewing this here. Get my screwdriver here. Go ahead and break that loose. Now, I'm not too sure if you have to do this, but alright. That bracket removed. The new pump came with one of these, but this one looks to be in decent shape, so I'll leave it on there. Alrighty. And now, oh wait, now we just go ahead, get off this sock here. Oh wait, it's just gonna come right off anyways. Okay, we'll go ahead and just unplug it first. Let's see here, do I have... I do. Boom. And then should just pop out now. First thing I want to do, before I even start going anywhere further, Okay. I want to make sure, because I had a problem with my ignition coils. I did replace my ignition coil, and I had to swap over the electrical wiring from the old one to the new one so that it would work. But oh, come on, just come out. Why won't you disconnect? There we go. Okay, it's getting there. Terrific. And then we just go ahead, slide it out, push that to the side. Gets force behind this, and it should just pop off. All right, so it's a little metal piece there holding that in. You've got a pick, this will come in handy, but just gonna even a small flathead would probably do good here too. And with some force, that should just pop off, and then your sock can come off. Now, the purpose of the sock is to do exactly this. It's to catch all any debris that is in your tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get this cleaned up, and then I will be back. All right, now if you did go and rinse off your fuel sock here, like mine, like I had to, go ahead and get rid of those metal flakes there. Make sure it is dry. That is important. Now, always compare. They look pretty similar. All right, go ahead and move that there. Go ahead and always compare your parts. Make sure they look pretty identical. And then we can go ahead and get reassembling this. Now, how did you go on here? I think you just went on here like that. Yep, all right. Now, we go ahead and sock. Turn it around. Go ahead and this might take a little bit more force than you would like to use, but go ahead and shimmy that new sock onto there just like that. As you see, I had to use a decent amount of force there, which means honestly I might not even have to it should be fine. This isn't going anywhere. I had to use a decent amount of force. Now, I'm not going to put that on, but if you got one and it slid on pretty easily and this popped off, make sure you put this back on. Now, let's get on this here. Actually, first, I go ahead and loop it through here. I'm gonna put back on this rubber insert thing. That onto there. actually, I'm pretty sure. Oh, crud. This goes into there. So actually, what this is supposed to do, it's supposed to go inside of here. But I can't because it's flared out. Sure. Boom. Oh, crud. Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Take it out. And then I'm just gonna stretch it. Alright, now this process is probably a little easier to do with bare hands. So oh, just get on there. Yes, no. Alright guys, I found the method. I just gotta get the method to work. You just put it on top and you just press. Should have just there we go. All right, now with that rubber seal down up in there, you can go ahead Am I myself going to need a video to do this? I just might, because that just slips in there. But I don't think it's got enough tension to hold this by itself, does it? That's why that was there. Yeah. Now the real question is, how do I get this with this onto that into there? No. Alright, we're good, guys. Alright, guys, I'm running out of storage. I'm gonna cut this here, get this all put together, and I'll see y'all then. Alrighty, new one is put on. Sock on, that on, it's connected. So, go ahead, toss this into the car. So, the next thing on my list to do would be, to replace my O2 sensor, which I also have right now, but I do work in a short time, so I do not think I will be putting that in. Now, on these older cars, like the 1991 Miata, you've got this here. This is your fuel gauge. That's how you get your fuel read to you. Boom. Dump that back in down to there. Let me go ahead and reconnect these lines here. Boom, line 1. God. There we go. All the lines are situated. Now, go ahead, start grabbing the screws. And just slowly start screwing them in. Don't tighten them down. I'm gonna go ahead and get these corners in. That corner. And lastly, that corner. All right, now we just got a couple more here in the center. One. Oof, having a hard time getting it. There we go. Go ahead, bam. And bam. And lastly. And once these are all down, we can go ahead and hand tighten them down in a crisscross pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop, I might have done that one a little too much. 5, 6, 7, and lastly, 8. Now we go ahead, plug that back in, and turn the key and listen for it to prime. Am I hearing anything? I am not. Well, only thing we can do now is turn on the car and see if it fires up. Alright. Key in the ignition. Boom! And now we can hear that pump. And looks like the fuel gauge is reading still. So now all we do is we do it in reverse, put everything back together, and yeah, I will see you all then. The interior is all put back together. Now, one last double check just to make sure. Keys in the ignition. Boom. Alrighty. Well, now that we replaced that fuel pump, let's go ahead. And I'm going to end this video right here. Next video is either going to be on my window here because it won't roll up all the way. Here, let me show you. It gets stuck right there and it won't budge with your hand. So, something wrong in there. Gotta figure out what's up with there. That's why this is all removed. Or it's gonna be me replacing my O2 sensor, which I have somewhere. So, see y'all in the next one.